The New York Times Travel Show is the largest consumer travel and trade show in North America. Over 29,000 attendees visited the 500 exhibitor booths from around the world to get the insider scoop on the best deals, places to visit, and speak to the experts. The expo offered 3 days of seminars, cultural stages, family pavilions, and tastings. We caught up with Pauline Frommer of the popular Frommer guidebooks to get her thoughts on the latest news in travel.
Well, this will be the last year to have good northern lights for the next decade because they're based on sunstorms which throw off particles which hit our atmosphere. That's what causes the aurora borealis. So anywhere that has northern lights would be good. Iceland, we're suggesting Karasjok, Norway, because it's right next to the Arctic Circle. Alaska, there are many places you can see them. You want to see them this year because they won't be so good in the future. We're also recommending Canada. It's the 150th anniversary of Canada, and certain places in Canada will be partying even harder, like Montreal. It's the 375th anniversary of Montreal, which means extraordinary celebrations. Montreal is the home of Cirque du Soleil, so you're going to have 40-foot tall marionettes parading through the streets and 3D projections on the river telling the history of Montreal, and this special app that you'll be able to carry around. And when you go into Old Montreal, if you have the app, suddenly a sound and light show will happen wherever you are. So those are 2 places. We're also recommending Paris because it's seen a drop of tourism of 30% since its attacks. So things are cheaper there. They're very happy to see people, to see visitors, I should say. It's easy to get into the good restaurants, and you can go to the sites and not be in a crowd. I hope that Cuba still stays open to tourism. Our president, Trump, has said that he's going to shut the door, which I'm very worried about. The reason they had the embargo here in the United States was to try and change the government. We did that for 50 years. It never worked. And so I think as an American citizen, I have the right to travel where I please. And I hope we can continue to travel to Cuba. It's a fascinating culture there, beautiful beaches, should be visited. I usually say my favorite place is the last place I've been, because I like to go to new places. I'll be going to New Zealand soon. I just recently was in Washington, D.C., where I saw the new African American Museum, which is extraordinary. Before that, I was in Paris. I don't like going back to the same places. I like exploring. Well, my father was drafted into the army during the Korean War, and very luckily for him, he was sent to Europe rather than Korea because he spoke Russian and German. So he started traveling all around Europe. Europe was in rubble. It was the end of the World War II had just finished. And he would come back to the base, and most of his fellow GIs hadn't traveled, and he would tell them all about it, and he thought, well, maybe people would like a book about this. So he self-published a little book, and it changed his life. And it's been a wonderful family business. We're very blessed.
Reporting from the New York Bureau, this is Joanne Blanco, and I am 1 with 25.
For more EBC Digital Nest content, make sure to click one of these videos and even click subscribe.